Hello jewelry friends, it's Amy and welcome to one of my Saturday feature-length videos. Today's video is going to be a haul video from items I have purchased from YouTube, jewelry resellers, and whenever I've been out and about these last probably about 3 weeks. And I am so excited you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you could also please click on that thumbs up and give me a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it very much if you would do so. And I'm just so grateful that you're here. So let's go ahead and start with the jewelry and the hard goods that you see right here on the screen. I purchased these items from Perla at Perla's Precious. That's the name of her YouTube channel, is Perla's Precious. And she offers a lot of excellent vintage items. And so she found these salt and pepper shakers at well, I don't know where she found them at, but she offered them up for sale, and I just had to have them. For those of you who don't know, I am a librarian. That's my Monday through Friday 8 to 5 job. I have been a public librarian at like your local lending public library. I have been a school librarian at a private Christian school, and I am currently working in the preservation department at for the state of Tennessee. So books are my jam. And so when I saw these little salt and pepper shakers that she had, I just had to have them. My husband and I actually used to have a Himalayan cat with these little slant eyes. Now she had different, she wasn't all white like this, but I just saw these and had to have them. Now look, when you pull them apart, look, there's 2 books on that side and 1 on that side. But look how cute they are when they're together. And I cannot wait to add these to my decor. I've been saving them to share with all of you first before I put them out on my bookcases. Now, I don't plan on using them as salt and peppers, but they are old and vintage. And look at the original cork down there. And it has a original Japan sticker on it. These are very lightweight, and I haven't tipped them over to see if there's any salt and pepper in there, but they're just cute as can be, and I'm really happy with them. And then also, Perla, in addition to hard goods, she also offers jewelry, and so this is some jewelry I purchased from Perla. I really like this charm bracelet right here. Here, let's zoom in so you can see it real good. And so it's gold tone, and it's got these natural stone charms hanging off of it. Look at that one right there. And this is, I really, like, this is starting to become my jam. These little dangle charm bracelets like this. I just love having that hit against my wrist. And I don't know, I like the look of it. There's the clasp on it. It's got a little safety chain on it. And so I just thought that was real super pretty, and nobody else bid against me, so I'm glad I got it. It's just beautiful. Now that was one sale. And another sale, she had some earrings, and as we all know, I really do like my celestial type of jewelry, and so these are some sterling silver star earrings. They are marked 925 on the back, and they're very lightweight, so they're going to be very comfortable to wear, and I'm real happy with those. Now, full disclosure, when Perla was having this particular sale, when she was offering these earrings up, I was driving my car and had the video on. And so there was some earrings that she had offered previously to this that I was unable to bid on because I was driving down the road. I mean, I do have limits, guys, okay? So, but I want to tell you something. Rachel from Vintage Treats VA was also at that show, and so I really wanted to bid on these earrings, but I was driving and I couldn't. And Rachel bid on them, and I was like, well, I'm not going to bid against Rachel. So so Rachel purchased them, and then once she won the auction, she told Perla to send them to me as a free gift, as a gift from Rachel to me via Perla. And I just thought that was super sweet. I've seen people do that on other YouTube channels before. It's never happened to me until now. And I just want to say thank you, Rachel, for thinking of me. And these are, again, I love my celestial. Look at the sun on that and the moon. And to top it all off, they're pierced and omega backs. And let me tell you, if you guys do not have a set of omega back earrings yet, you need to buy them because they are so comfortable. And look at this odd little hook on it. It's got a little hook down on it. And then it just snaps right up. The omega comes right up and pops right over. And these Omegas are so comfortable to wear. Here, let me put this on here so you can see them side by side. But they are so comfortable to wear. And, you know, if you don't have a set, you need to get a set. So thank you again, Rachel, for that. Oh, and I got a little card from Rachel. Vintage Treats VA sent these earrings, friend gift, with a little heart on there. And absolutely, yes, it is a true friend gift. And speaking of Rachel, I did purchase something from her as well. So let me put the video on pause and move in the jewelry that I have purchased from Rachel. So we're going to pause it. Okay, and here we are with the set change. And these are the items that I have purchased from Rachel at Vintage Treats VA. Now that's the name of her YouTube channel, Vintage Treats VA. So Rachel and I started our YouTube channels around the same time, and we've just hit it off. We've exchanged phone numbers, and we text each other now, and I just love it. She is awesome and very sweet, and you guys need to head over and check out her vintage jewelry that she has. Now, Rachel is very talented in putting together like jewelry sets for you. I mean, look at how all this goes together. You can take one out and it still goes, or you can mix and match. Oh, it's just beautiful. So Rachel, what drew my attention to this set was the bracelet that she had offered up, and I just was really drawn to that. And then when she shared the earrings to go with it, and they were pierced at that. Let me show you the back side of that. Look at that. Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. Look at the back side of that. Oh, so pretty. And look at the front side. And I just love this. I mean, Baroque. There's so many. It's very a very classic jewelry design. It screams Baroque to me. It also screams like, I don't know, Tibetan maybe. I don't know. Just this design. It's just so pretty. Oh, and look at that beautiful red glass cab, and then it's got the little pearls on it. So then let's pull the bracelet up here. So it's this bracelet is gold tone. It's got a fold over clasp to it, and it has these beautiful pearls inside there. And I don't have anything like this, and so I was really excited about it. Now, she sold it as a set, and so it came with these two brooches. Now, I'm not really one to wear them, and I say that, but yet at the same time, I've been wanting to add them to like my scarves that I wear in my hair. And so these are kind of are small. And so I think that will work. I don't, how can I explain this? The brooches I've tried in the past have been like too big of a brooch to put on a hair scarf. And so these are nice and tiny. And look at the enameling on this one right here. And the little pearl detail on that. Oh, that's so pretty. Just look the way the light hits that enameling on there. And then, you know, everybody needs a lucky horseshoe. And so why not have a pearl horseshoe? So I'm real excited. I'm going to try that out, and I'll have to report back to you, because I don't really have a lot of tiny brooches. I have some that are like maybe like bees. Like those would be tiny. I have a little tiny hummingbird too. But so I purchased this set from Rachel, and then because Rachel is awesome and sweet and kind and giving, she also included a free gift. So let me scoot these in here. She included these earrings. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? And I have since found out that Rachel makes jewelry, so I'm going to have to ask her if she actually made these or not. But they got a real pretty little bead on there, and it's got a gold-toed bead and a silver-toed bead on there. And then she included, with my free gift, this bracelet right here. And it's got some, those are glass beads, and they kind of got a little like marbling to the color of them. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it real good on this one if I let it get in focus. See how it's got little striations to it. And then it's got a silver tone toggle clasp, which is so easy to put on and very, very comfortable. Look at that. Very cool. And so that was my free gift from Rachel. Isn't that sweet? And look, free gift. And I just really appreciate that. She is a real sweetheart. And I can't wait to talk to her again. I know she's on a vacation right now, so when she gets back, I can't wait to compare notes with her and see how her vacation went. So that was my items from, let me back out a little bit. There we go. So those are my items from Rachel at Vintage Treats VA. So I'm going to pause the video again. I have one more item from another online YouTube jewelry reseller that I'm going to share with you, and then I'll talk a little bit more about something else. So bear with me. Here we go. Boop. Alrighty, I've got one more entry in some jewelry I want to share with you. This is a scarab silver tone bracelet that I have purchased from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. And well, are they real stones? I didn't think they were, but maybe they are. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but you know me. I do not care if they're real or not. I love my scarabs in any shape, form, or fashion. And so, look, we got a beautiful little, let me zoom in. Got a little pink one, a green one, a blue one, a little orangey carnelian colored one, a little jade one. And this one, I think it's supposed to be like a lapis. It's a dark blue. It's not black. And there's the thumb ring clasp on it, and it does have the safety chain on it, which I'm struggling with. I think it's turned around. I think it's like spun around in there. So I'll fix that. But I do love Egyptian jewelry as well. And look at these beautiful scarabs. And I actually have a scarab ring set in silver, in sterling silver. So I'm glad to have this, but it has a black scarab in it. But really, I don't care. But all right, guys, you know I like to have options, and I like to have things in gold tone. I like to have things in silver tone. So I purchased this to add to my silver tone scarab collection, which right now includes that ring, this bracelet, and I have a pair of rock crystal scarab screwback earrings that I purchased for $2 at an estate sale. So, and again, like I said, it has to be something very special for me to buy a screwback or a clipback earring. And I felt like rock crystal scarab earrings counted as important enough for me to get in, even though they were screwbacks. So I have this bracelet now to add to my scarab collection. And so, like I said, I got that from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. All right, so now my next entry is, I'm going to be shifting gears just a little bit. I do have some more jewelry to share with you, but I also have a little bit of a backstory to share with you on my next set of jewelry. So I'm going to pause the video again and change out the background. So here we go. Okay, and here's another set of earrings that I wanted to share with you. If you watch my short, I hate it when I say that. If you, because I'm such a Simpsons fan, and all I hear is Bart Simpson saying, "Eat my shorts." So if you watch my YouTube shorts from this past week, you would have seen these earrings. I recently went on a vacation that I can now talk to you about, and the reason. Let me tell you about the trip first. So I went on a girls' trip on a cruise aboard the Disney Destiny. And one of the girls in my 4-person, including me, girl trip works for Disney Imagineering. And she is on the project team for different cruise ships. And she invited us on the Disney Family and Friends preview cruise. And so we went on that. So we were with her and a whole lot of her coworkers, and then their families or their friends, and I was contractually obligated to not talk about it until Disney officially released. They had the where they smashed the champagne against the side of the boat, the christening. So like Disney wanted to wait; they wanted to be the ones to announce the ship. And so we had to wait until after the official christening and then like the official boarding of like paying customers on that first cruise before I was allowed to say anything. And so I've been able to say I was on a cruise. I've been able to say I was in the Bahamas, and been able to say I was on a girls trip, but I could not really talk about what kind of cruise I was on or anything at all about the ship. So all that to say, I went with some girls. I live in Middle Tennessee. Obviously the woman who works for Disney Imagineering, she lives in Orlando area. And so so the 3 of us who live here in Tennessee, we drove down to Orlando. We spent the day at Disney Springs before we boarded the ship the next day. And so there's a World of Coca-Cola store at Disney Springs. And so I love Diet Coke. Diet Coke is my drink. And I am very picky about the Diet Coke. Like whenever I actually had a waiter look at me once and he said, well, we don't have Diet Coke, but we have Coke Zero and it's the same thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. And so I'm very, very picky about it. Like if it's not straight up Diet Coke, I'm not interested. And and everybody knows this. Whenever I was teaching at the school, I would tell my students, I'm like, the way to my heart is through Diet Coke, dark chocolate, and jewelry. So look at this. I get to combine two of those things into one. So they had some Diet Coke items to purchase. And so I purchased these earrings. These are silver tone lever backs, and they're actually kind of heavy, to be honest with you. They're not lightweight. They stay down. But here's the tag on it right here, and it says Coca-Cola jewelry. And then on the back side, that's how much I paid for. I paid $18 for these. Now I didn't mind because I knew I would love them and wear them, and here they are. But they also had a Diet Coke necklace and bracelet matching set, but it was in gold tone. And it had very, how can I say this? It had very Betsy Johnson vibes to it. It was gold tone, blinged, but to me, the gold tone just kind of, I was like, to me, it was a little off because whenever I see a gold Diet Coke, I think caffeine-free Diet Coke. So I told you, I'm picky, you guys. So I just purchased the earrings, and then I got a t-shirt, and I got a blanket that has Diet Coke bottles on it. So, that's what I purchased there at the World of Coca-Cola. Now, there were a whole lot of things at the World of Disney store that I just fell in love with. I actually ended up buying a pair of monorail socks. Because it's not really a trip to Disney World if you don't ride on the monorail. So, but we never made it over to the parks. We only stayed at Disney Springs, which is, of course, their shopping and entertainment venue if you've never been there. So the next morning, we got up and we boarded the Disney Destiny. And it is a heroes and villains themed ship. And Black Panther is like in the grand hallway. There's a huge statue of him, and the decor is kind of Black Panther-esque, very kind of Art Deco mixed with African vibes. It's kind of hard to explain, but it really works. And then everywhere you went, it was either a hero or a villain. And so, for example, if you were in the forward elevators of the ship, they were villain themed. And then if you're in the aft elevators, those were hero themed. And then like the carpets, it just kind of, those little cues gave you clues as to where you were at on the ship. Now, I will tell you, this was the very first time I have ever cruised in my life. Took me a couple of days to get my sea legs. And then it took me several more days to get my land legs back once I got back on land. But so all that really means to me is I don't need to be joining the Navy. But I had a great time. It was wonderful. Now I have put together a video, and it will either be attached to this and after this, if I can figure out how to do that, or it will be a completely separate video because there's absolutely no jewelry on it. It's just pictures set to music. But if you want to, if that's something that interests you, I'd encourage you to go watch that. It's just something I put together because I could. So while I was on the trip, okay, so whenever I hear people say, this is a set of fake gold earrings, which would be good if if you go on vacation or whatever. And so I kind of purchased a few items purposely to take on vacation because if I lost them, not a big deal. So this is how I quite literally packed my jewelry, and this was all I took. Like I said, I'd never cruised before. I knew space was going to be tight, so I just didn't want to take a whole lot of jewelry. So I just took some gold earrings, I took some silver earrings, and then I took these little bands here that have gold and silver and bronze in them to wear as my wedding ring. And for several days, I didn't even bother to wear any of it just because, we were either at the beach at Castaway Cay, or we were on the Aquamouse ride on the ship, which was totally fun and highly recommend that. And, and I just didn't want the pool chemicals to get to it. I did treat myself to a massage in their spa. That was another thing I didn't wear jewelry for because, she was rubbing me down with some, what's it called? Not marzipan, frangipane, scented salt scrub. And then she gave me a massage. Oh, it's wonderful. So, and I kept thinking, while she was rubbing me down, I was like, this is my souvenir. Is this relaxing massage? So let me take these out of these plastics. So that's how I traveled. I wore the gold on Pirate Night, and I wore it. I had a t-shirt that had gold stripes on it, a little Chico shirt that has gold stripes on it. So I wore these earrings twice on the trip. And again, the Omega back and pierced. And I purchased, and these are just gold tone. I purchased these from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. And so these were my gold tone earrings that I took on that trip. And then over here, these are some sterling silver and CZ earrings, again, stud, that I purchased from Hannah at Hannah's Heirlooms. And they are beautiful. Let me tell you, these things have great sparkle power and looked fantastic on. And so I wore these pretty much the rest of the time. Everything else I felt was like silver toned. So I wore these, got a lot of nice sparkle there, wore them. And then these are the bands. Let's see, where did I get these? I purchased a jewelry jar from an estate sale. And these rings were inside there. And I was so excited because look at that, they fit. And I like that I can wear 1, 2, or 3, depending on the look I want to go for. And again, if I lose them, no big deal. If they get banged up, no big deal. So these were what I wore as like my wedding rings while I was there. I'm starting to actually see some wear on the side of this one here. Oops, if I put it in frame, there is some wear starting right there. But that's what I wore on my cruise. And gosh, if you guys have any questions about the cruise, I mean, I could sit here and blather on about it. We saw they had live action plays, so I saw Frozen. This was the debut of the Hercules play, so we got to watch that. My friend who works for Disney Imagineering is very good friends with a lot of the cast people who were in the play, and so we got to like hang out with them, like just casually hanging out. They put on, they're regular people too. And we got to meet, we just got to meet so many of my friends' co-workers, and got to hear just so many interesting stories and see so many interesting things. But there was a lot of balance there, so we have Hercules, then you have Hades. Maleficent was there. Now I think about it, I don't think I saw Sleeping Beauty. I saw the girl from Tangled and Flynn Rider. He was there. Spider-Man was there. Loki was there. Captain Jack Sparrow was there. Tiana. I want to say Belle was there. And then, of course, the Fab Five. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and Pluto, which I guess would be 6. And let's see, who else was there? I saw Captain Hook one night. Of course, Black Panther was there. He was wonderful. They did a dress rehearsal that we were not allowed to take any pictures or video of, but we got to watch it. And Loki was there, and he used a mind trick to convince everybody he was the ruler of their world. And he had half of the audience create a dance for him, and the other half create a song for him. And then he pulled 2 people up out of the audience and gave them pen and paper, and they had to draw his royal portrait. And it was so funny. And then at the very end, Black Panther showed up and broke the mind control he had put over all of us and shooed Loki away. And then Black Panther turned around and gave us like this pep talk about how we can be strong and work together. And then he stood there and took pictures with all the kids, and it was the sweetest thing. Let's see, what else did we watch? There was bingo. There was how to draw. There was a Star Wars trivia that I was so excited to go to, and realized that there were a lot of people out there who know a lot more about Star Wars than I do. And there was actually two teams that got the full 30 points, and they ended up having a tiebreaker, which was, the question for that was like, what is the running time of the Phantom Menace? It was one of the movies, and I was just like, what? And like, one team got it right, and they won. Anyway, it was so much fun. Oh, I got to watch Tron Ares at the movie theater while I was there. And the food, you just walk up to them and you're like, I'd like a plate of French fries. And they're like, okay. And they hand it to you. And they were always showing films on the big screen out of the pools. Oh, anyway, like I said, I can sit here and go on. You guys are probably like, Amy, hush. So I'm going to stop and say, if you want to know more, go watch the video, or if I can tie it together, it'll be after this, and get the and so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I can answer them now. I just couldn't say anything before until we had the all clear from Disney World, or from Disney. I guess not. The theme park is Disney World. Whatever. Okay. All right. I'm done talking. All right. I hope, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you. And again, I'm going to encourage you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to this crazy train, that is my my YouTube channel. And I just want to, guys, have a great week. Thank you for being here. May God bless you greatly. And until next time, bye-bye.